mad like a fomatic, built for tragedy, made for static. It's your boy, Perfect Time Podcast, back with the blast, in and out with a dash. 2025 won't last, so we gonna do this in the blast. Yo, I am back, everybody. Tap in right now. We're gonna have a conversation this morning. Trump in his way to the Hague, NATO conversation, lot to discuss. So much has transpired in the past several days. We're going to chop it up this morning on the Perfect Timing Podcast, top of the mid-morning to you. Share the show, let everybody know we on the go right now. That's what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. All right. Now let's get this thing going, man. Everybody share the show, let everybody know, man. Share the show, let everybody know, man. Do we need to get a poll up? Do we need to get an approval poll? Approval rating for Trump. Y'all tell me how y'all doing on Trump's approval. Let me know how y'all doing on Trump's approval right now, man. Do we need to get approval up? We could do that. Tell me how y'all feel about Trump in the last several days. It's been some ups and downs. A lot of people may have different opinions today, so I need to discuss it. We need to discuss it. We on our way to the Hague. Big news about NATO. This has been a discussion, this is a discussion that resonates with MAGA, regardless of the MAGA fracture. It's been a MAGA fracture going on in the past several days. I don't know where you land. Let me know where you land this morning. Top of the mid-morning, top of the afternoon. It's not afternoon. We came in right on time. Top of the mid-morning. We're excited. We're going to get the job done this morning. Trump getting the job done. We getting the job done. So I want to know from you in the chat. Let me know right now how you feel about Trump. A lot has transpired in the several days. A lot has happened. Free Diddy. We're gonna have to do a free Diddy stream. That's how we starting off today. We didn't have Iran, Israel, Ukraine, Russia, the 12-day war, everybody crying, everybody jumping ship. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. This is how you know if you got loyal soldiers, man. Trouble the water. We talked about this before. Loyal soldiers. Now, who did you see standing behind Trump? We saw JD. We saw Ted Cruz, and we saw HAGUE, baby. Everybody wanted Pete Hegseth to get fired. Everybody wanted Pete Hegseth, but hey, Hegseth is loyal. I told you when he picked this cabinet, everybody's like, why did he pick? He picked Trumpsonians. He didn't pick Democrats. He didn't pick Republicans. He picked Trumpsonians. And who did you see? Pete HAGUE, baby. HAGUE, baby. I love Hegseth. Put a 5 in the chat if you love Pete Hegseth. I love Pete Hegseth. But one of the things to take away is who did you see behind Trump? Because a lot of people jump ship. You trouble the water. You go through one up and down. This is just the first several months of the first year of a 4-year presidency. Look how many people saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I voted for Trump. I'm sorry, I hate Trump, and I was wrong. And that's why when he made that speech, you need to look and see who was behind him. And then the people who are really paying attention, pay attention to who was behind Trump. It was Ted Cruz, it was JD Vance, and Pete HAGUE, baby. Hegseth. Now, what it would make me think is, now I understand why everybody was poo-pooing, because they don't want Trump to have solid people. Well, how about this? Solid men. Solid stand-up men. And now we found out who is solid, who is stand-up, and who gonna jump ship off the first wave. Look how many people who were claiming to be Trump, claiming to be conservative, but they was really liberal. They was really Democrat, but they voted for Trump because they thought they were going to get something. And it's the first sign. At the first sign, now Trump is making a ceasefire. Now Trump is making a deal for peace. Now what are they going to say? It's too late. You jump ship. It's too late. It's too late. Hey, hit the like button. Everybody coming in, hit the like button. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. Everybody coming in right now. I need more likes so we can have this conversation with more people. Shout out to Devon Till. Shout out to JC. Shout out to Raven Devon. JC said, listen, I'm having some problems with my connections. Can you see me? I see everybody in the chat. I see everybody at home. Double click, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Let's go right now. I want to know from you, did you pay attention? That's what I paid attention to. I have been paying attention to people who are truly loyal to what the actual goal is. And the goal is make America great. Some people say make America first, but there has been a lot of convolution and delusion in the conversation. And you might need to ask yourself, why do people want to confuse me? Why do some people who told me to be for Trump are now saying to not be for Trump? Were they ever for Trump? Do you remember we had a conversation about love? And how love is transactional in 2025 and predicated on things. Well, I love Trump if he does this for me, if it's this transaction. And you've seen a lot of people who weren't faithful to the cause, who were only in it for the transactional gain. They were only in it for and when they did not benefit transactionally anymore, they jumped ship. They jumped ship. Whoa, bye-bye, Trump. Bye-bye, Trump. They jump, double tap. More likes. I know a lot of people out there can hit the like button, thumbs up, double tap, hit the like button. A lot of people jump ship. It didn't take, think about this. It's so funny. It's the 12-day war. So look how everybody's talking about what Trump accomplished, right? What Trump accomplished with the ceasefire, what Trump accomplished with the back and forth, but also what he accomplished with his inner circle. In 12 days. Some people never find this out in a lifetime. In 12 days, a 12-day war. Everybody's looking at what your perspective can be small. Open up your perspective because it wasn't just, we on our way to NATO. How about that, MAGA? We're on our way to NATO right now to tell the NATO countries, if you don't pitch in, we're not going to be in NATO no more. Everybody thought Trump was a warmonger. But why is he doing the ceasefire? And why is he practically telling NATO, bye-bye, I make you go, bye-bye. NATO, I make you go, bye-bye. He telling NATO, we make you go, bye-bye. NATO can never pay back the money. NATO can never pay back the protection. These are the things that are facts that Trump is bringing up. But what about all the people who in 12 days said bye-bye to Trump? It didn't take nothing. It didn't take one news cycle. I want everybody to remember, it did not take one news cycle for some of you to say bye-bye, I make you go, bye-bye. One news cycle, and these people were saying, I hate Trump, not without any. And these people you think are intelligent, comedians, truly, they're really hack comedians, not even funny on stage. But you think these comedians can also be political pundits. So these hack comedians with mediocre Netflix specials want you to jump ship on Trump because they want the relationship to be transactional. They don't understand why we actually 80% of the people voted for Trump. And now they look like idiots because in one news cycle, they said bye-bye. One news cycle. All of these comedians, mediocre comedians. I'm not going to say their names. You know their names. They're so mediocre at comedy, they have to do podcasts. They come into my lane. I'm not doing comedy. I'm not doing stand-up. The mediocre, hit the like button, double tap, hit the thumbs up, hit the like because more people need to hear the message. If you don't hit the like, then more people won't hear the message. These mediocre comedians think they are political pundits, right? They're not good at anything. They've never been good at anything but doing drugs and being hack comics. Now they're political pundits, and in one news cycle, absolutely one news cycle, that should tell you something. In one news cycle, they say they jump ship. And everybody's quiet now. No, everybody's quiet now. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. Everybody's quiet now. Who is that? Alyssa said, free Diddy. He's a sick individual. Say, hey, bro, you ever tried turbocharging a ceiling fan? Chris Petty said, 100% right. I see everybody in the chat. Everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody. Alyssa, Jeremy, Sage, Just One V. Double tap the screen, hit the like. I see everybody in the chat. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for hitting the comments, man. Let me know right now. We on our way. We on our way to Heg. Heggy baby. Pete Hegeseth. Shout out to Heggy baby. Pete Hegeseth. One thing we learned also from the Trump cabinet. No more I love everybody in the chat. No more group text. No more group chat. Pete Hegeseth. Pete Hegeseth still in the building. But I promise you, Pete Hegeseth, please don't do no more group chats. Hey, Ted Cruz, JD Vance, whisper to that cat, man. Hey, blood, take me out the group chat. Pete Hegeseth. Did you see Tulsi Gabbard? I didn't see Tulsi Gabbard. Who else did? Okay, so we talked about, so look about in life. We talking about perspective, right? And we talking about the reality. Double tap the screen, hit the thumbs up, hit the like. We talking about perspective. We talking about reality. So we talked about who we saw. Alyssa said free Diddy. Alyssa don't care about geopolitics. Alyssa does not care about geopolitics. Hey, I love your commitment and your passion. I am here for your commitment and your passion. Check this out. We talked about who we saw. But you know what's also important in life? Anybody remember in high school, the cool kids? Remember the group of kids walking down the hallway? So it's important who we saw. We saw Ted Cruz, JD Vance. We saw Pete Hegeseth. But you know what else is important in life with the cool table? Because sometimes the table changes dynamics, right? So what else is important is who didn't we see? Somebody want to help me out in the chat? Who? Because we're talking about people in one news cycle who supported Trump, but now we're on our way to NATO. Trump is saying to NATO, there's no benefit. Behind the NATO speech today, Trump is pulling back troops out of Europe, right? Because what is happening is we are supporting Europe's battles. We are supporting everyone's battles, and they are not paying for their own security. So there's a lot behind the NATO summit. There's a lot behind the NATO speeches that go to why we wanted to vote for Trump. And it also should make you think about who you listen to. Who you listen to, who you consider to be intelligent about certain political topics when they're actually not actually political pundits. And then they posit themselves as political pundits, and then they make these huge leaping statements and these huge leaping thought, and then leave you in languish. They leave their audience in languish. You bring everybody along to support Trump, and then in one news cycle, you leave Trump. So everybody in your audience is confused because everybody in your audience is not like you. They're not liberal to begin with as a comedian. So we are truly conservative. We believe in family. We believe in God. We believe in church. We believe in these things. We believe in fathers. So that's why we're supporting Trump. So we confused when people jump ship so quickly, right? So it's not just important who we saw. Hit the like button. Everybody coming in, hit the like button. Remix 40 said preach. Hit the like button. Nick Martin said be clear. Would you rather blind loyalty to leader or a leader who had to be held to account for his actions? I believe in holding people to account, but I just want you to see there were some people like I can be critical. I've been critical of Trump. I'm talking about those people who totally jumped ship. I agree with you, Nick. I agree with you. But would you agree there were some people that totally jumped ship that said, hey, I'm sorry I voted for Trump. I never should have done that. There were a lot of celebrities who said that. And I thought it was odd because it was like an echo chamber where all these people start saying, I'm sorry I voted for Trump. At the same time that the billionaires are paying. Remember my podcast? I educated you on the fake protesters, on protesters getting paid. Then we had the No King protest. And then all of a sudden, all these celebrities who make money in the celebrity world, they didn't just be critical. They said, I'm sorry, I never should have did it. So Nick, I think that's very different. Thank you for your commentary, and I agree with you, but I think that's very different, right? I think I went double click and hit the like as you guys come in. Donnie said it doesn't matter who you voted for. The electoral college decides who's going to be president. Donnie Baker, I live in California, so we have a lot of electoral votes. I agree, but that's not on topic. So let's go back to the topic, because the topic is about who is actually president and what he's actually doing, and the people loyal to him and the people who proved in 12 days that they were disloyal. It's not just about the fact that who we saw who remained loyal, but the people who proved themselves to be disloyal, right? Who did you not see behind Trump? We talked about J.D. Vance was standing right there beside his president. Ted Cruz, out of all the people in the cabinet, think about what we saw out of all, it's a cabinet of people. It's several, but it was only a few men who supported and stood behind Trump in this 12 days and the decisions that he made. Did you guys notice who was not there? That's extremely important, because I've been watching Ted Cruz. I've been watching Ted Cruz' political career my whole life. So as I seen Ted Cruz ascend and matriculate to the cabinet in his positionality to this day, Ted Cruz, some people might have thought Ted Cruz in this 12 days may have jumped ship. He didn't. He stayed solid. Double up. Hit the like button. My name is Perfect. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast. We do this every day. You're going to see a lot of content like this on my podcast. Donnie said, all presidents since George Washington have been for the same family tree. Donnie, stay on topic. Donnie, you must be smoking some good. Stay on topic, Donnie. We are talking about the relevance of today. We're not talking about conjecturing whether or not you know certain points. Donnie, yes, you're intelligent. Donnie, you're a very smart guy. Can you talk to me about what's going on today? Why is Trump going to the Hague? Why is Trump threatening NATO with exiting NATO? Double click and hit the like button. Why is Trump saying if you don't pay up, not your fair share today and going forward, but if you don't pay going back, if you don't pay your money going back? Raymond Homer said Trump didn't back up what he said he would do. Exactly what he didn't back up. Jeremy said we have to get rid of the moles in the cabinet in the next vote. Jeremy Gray said, come on, Jeremy. Some people paying attention. Hit the like button and share the show. Double click, double tap the screen and hit the like button. Jeremy Gray said, we have to get rid of the moles in his cabinet in the next votes. That's why we need to pay attention. Shout out to Jeremy Gray. Jeremy Gray is listening, comprehending, and has retention on the subject. Jeremy Gray, shout out to you, brother. I said, who was with Trump supporting him and who was not with Trump? That is extremely important, because I am telling you, in 12 days, we saw some people, yes, be critical. Some people are critical. It's your job as a political pundit to be critical, correct? I want the press and the micro media to be critical, but we're not talking about those people who were critical of the president's decisions. We're talking about individuals who came out and flatly said, I was wrong. Come on, you guys, let's be honest. I'm not going overboard. Sometimes YouTubers go overboard, right? I'm not putting two on it. There were individuals who you listen to who came out and said, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Am I lying? Am I lying? There were individuals popular. Think about who is popular in the political space. They are comedians. They are not very good at what they do. They are hack comedians / political pundits. And they came out and said, I am sorry for voting for Trump. That is very different. One news cycle. I'm asking, were they ever conservative? I'm asking, did they ever believe in the principles? That is what I'm asking. If all it took was a 12-day war. That's all it took was a 12-day war. It turns out that both sides were just posturing. There were fake bombs on this side, fake bombs on that side, and everybody, Trump was able to see who was loyal, who was going to support me if I have to make the bad decisions. Sometime as president, anybody a dad out there, anybody a CEO, anybody a boss, anybody ever had to fire anybody? Anybody ever had to fire you didn't want to fire them, But in order to keep the payroll, you might have had to let somebody go. Anybody had to be the bad guy? Has anybody ever had to be the bad guy? Well, when you got to be the bad guy, you want to know that your wife or your COO is going to stand by you when I have to fire these people that I don't have to fire. Or maybe I have to punish my son and I don't want to punish him. I have to ground my son and I need the support of my wife because today I have to be the bad guy. Today I have to be the bad guy. Who's going to have my back? See, it's cold. It's a cold world for daddy. It's a cold, cold world for the boss. Everybody talk about the boss. Oh, I hate him. He's a horrible boss. He's a horrible manager. But do you want to be the boss? Do you want to be the person who has to have that responsibility? Do you want to be the guy who has to be the bad guy? Because when you become president, you not only the guy that we love and say, hey, 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 and do the Donald Trump dance. It's not just a dance. If we really support Donald Trump and MAGA and the principles, and you dancing and you wearing a red hat, you got to keep on the red hat when he has to make the bad decisions. When he's the bad guy, you don't get to take off the red hat and be like, oh no, I'm sorry I voted for Trump. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have did it. Man, I don't want to hear that. That's clown. That's why I'm bringing up today. These is clowns. Man, I don't want to hear that, man. That's clownery, man. So when dad got to do the hard thing, you're going to run away from home. You the teenagers that ran away from home. Even though you was a bad kid and you made dad discipline you, we don't want to be honest about the actions of these other countries, but you made dad discipline you and you want to run away from home. What I'm seeing is people want to negotiate. I'm seeing people coming to the table and saying, let's have peace. I'm seeing some adult things going on. I'm seeing Trump talk to NATO about where was you at? But you and a lot of people are the type of kids that don't want to accept your punishment after you've done wrong. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. We gotta double click and hit the like button to keep the numbers up, man. We got a lot of people coming in. I said hi. Shout out to you, Raymond. CJ is worse now. We got Tammy Jones. Always have faith, hope, and trust. C-Note. No one is at the table. Trump. Alyssa said Trump is normal to me. Alyssa that came on in. Shout out to Alyssa. Alyssa that came on in. Alyssa that came on. Shout out to you, Alyssa. Alyssa that came on in. And Alyssa, go ahead and hit the like button. Everybody double click for Alyssa. Alyssa been talking about Diddy the whole time. And the passion and the content and the relevancy that made Alyssa that come on in. Woo! Come on in, Alyssa. Bring on in some more people. Alyssa that came on into the topic, man. Hello, my African friend. Shout out to Mark. Check note, Trump is not my dad. Oh, Raymond been listening. Raymond been listening. What you got to say, Raymond? Raymond said, Trump is not my dad. Mark said hello. Reed James, Jesus coming for y'all. Jesus is here right now, man. God is in the room right now. Man, come on, who are you talking to? Man, we ain't afraid of God. God is here right now. Mark just said hello, my African friend. So he just said, Trump is not my dad. So he took that analogy to heart. Trump is the president of the United States. Trump just showed how much power over your future and your children's future he has. Do you know they would have had to initiate a draft based on his decision? So the father analogy is poignant. Double tap and hit the like button. Double tap, share the show, like the Show Per Time podcast. The father analogy is poignant because of his effect on your life with his decisions. That is why it is so important who you vote for and who supported him. We saw a lot of people jump ship. We saw J.D. Vance, Ted Cruz, and Pete Hegseth. Now, the two names that I'm proud of is Ted Cruz and Pete Hegseth. Ted Cruz has had a long political career. I know Ted Cruz had a lot of political pressure to not support Donald Trump in these 12 days. He deserves not, am I saying it right? Marco Rubio. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. So it was Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, and Pete Hegseth. Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz deserve a lot of props. Ted Cruz went up against Tucker Carlson. And despite Tucker Carlson being more savvy in his debate, because Tucker Carlson is a journalist in a debate, he talks for a living. Ted Cruz is a politician. Ted Cruz still supported Trump. Marco Rubio, a long political career. I know he had a lot of pressure to not support Trump, to come out against Trump on these decisions. Marco Rubio still supported Trump. Double tap, hit the like. I need 100 likes. We got 100 people watching. We need 100 likes. Everybody watching, hit the like button. Do y'all understand what I'm talking about? It is very important because how many people thought we would ever see Marco Rubio in a presidential cabinet? I'm extremely proud of his matriculation and his decision-making skills. Marco Rubio now in a presidential candidate, which puts him in the ring for talking about being a president one day. Very proud of Marco Rubio. I've watched his whole political career. But today, in this past 12 days, what we saw is his mettle as a man, because a lot of people jumped ship. A lot of people did not support Trump. In 12 days, we saw people who we thought was close. We thought these people believed in Trump. We thought these people were some loyalists and support, and they changed. You sure have change a fool. Change on you. Tammy Jones said President Trump is the best. Shout out to Tammy Jones. Shout out to Tammy Jones. Hit the like button. Double tap. Like, share, and subscribe. Perfect Timing Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. What is that? Tomasito said. So what are we doing today, you guys? We are in the Hague, and we are telling NATO we have paid the majority. So a lot of times on my channel, I explain to you who America is. So America being great is not just words. You have to understand who your country is. So when Trump is talking to NATO, he is talking to NATO. You have to understand your perspective as an American and what you provide to America. Over the last couple of days, people have been critical of Trump and reminding the world of who America is. You know who else Trump reminded? Trump reminded Americans who America is. Trump reminded Americans who America is. He reminded the whole world, including the fakes who said they supported Trump, but Trump reminded the whole globe who America is. Everybody, oh, China gonna do this, and China gonna do that, or Russia gonna do this, and Russia gonna... Trump reminded the whole world who America is in 12 days. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. Trump reminded the entire globe who America is in 12 days. And you might not like it, but I love being American. I love being American. Woo! I don't know who you voted for. Who did you vote for? Who did you vote for? You don't know who your country is. So when Trump is going to the Hague and talk to NATO, he is talking to NATO from a very strong perspective of being the police of the globe. We are the reason why you are safe. We are the reason why your children are safe and you haven't paid your fair share. We guard the ports. Everybody was scared about the port of Hormuz. The gas prices is going to go up. The gas price, the straits and the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal and everybody's afraid. Well, it reminded you It reminded you of why you have the global trade you have. It's so critical. What's keeping it so peaceful? If it's so critical to have these trade routes, what's keeping it so peaceful? What's keeping the trade? America. America. Can everybody say it in the chat? America. America. Can y'all say it in the chat? Who makes the trade, the global trade possible? It ain't China. It ain't China. It ain't everybody scared of this person is scared. Who you need to be scared of is the big bad wolf in the White House right now. That's who you need to be scared of. Hello. And they not going to tell you to be proud of your country. They not going to tell you to be proud of your president. They not going to do it. They not going to do it. They going to say your president is mean. Your president is wrong. Your president, he didn't hurt nobody. He didn't hurt nobody. Why y'all jump ship too early? What's the body count? Anybody know the body count? I know we got peace. Anybody know he didn't hurt nobody. But we figured out a lot about you. We figured out, see, you didn't want the world to know the power of America. The power of a real American president. Now everybody knows what America really is. We got to remind Americans. We had to remind Americans. Do you know why the Vermouth and the Suez, the Panama, the global trade routes? Do you know why it's safe to do what the globe can do? Because America has the greatest military. America has more planes, more bombs, more aircraft carriers. And what we do is we patrol and we police and we make sure that the oil flows. Shout out to Doom. We make sure that the spice must flow. You understand? The spice must flow. We are the empire, and we make sure that the spice must flow, baby. That's what America does. Hit the like, share, subscribe. And Donald Trump just reminded Americans and everybody in the whole world who is the police, who is the big dog on the block, and who can protect you. The gooch. It's the gooch. Vamoose, invisible bully, like the gooch. Vamoose, poof, you're black to me. Sitting them whack right back to the factory. I see the whack lyrics, the whack gimmicks. It is pathetic. It's pathetic. Come on, man. Invisible bully like the gooch. Vamoose, you're whack to me. That's what happened. Vamoose, all of the people who jump ship, don't go back and over there and listen to them and believe them. Don't go back when they say, I'm sorry, I made a decision too fast. Trump actually is a great president. I'm sorry to my audience that I confused you because I'm a wuss. I'm a wuss. And I confused my audience because I jumped ship so quick without assessing the true geopolitical ramifications of the decision, because I'm a comedian and not a political pundit. Woo! Now you got to apologize. I apologize for being this way. I apologize for doing not what Trump say. I apologize. Ooh. I apologize. Believe me this day. I apologize. I didn't do what Trump say. I apologize. Ooh. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. They're going to have to eat their words. Eat that crow, baby. Eat that crow. And then this the worst part. It didn't even take you just one news cycle. You know what's so funny? Trump is so cold. To make everybody who didn't believe him, he called it the 12-day war. Y'all think it's so many levels. Number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's so much to the word and number 12. The 12-day war, baby. The 12-day war says a lot. It says a lot more than you know. Shout out to the nameless protagonist who just came into the chat. Point of consideration, Israel, Iran, Iraq, and other countries mentioned have black populations who existed there since their founding, and they are beyond disfranchised, especially Iran. This is true. This is true. This is another perspective, and it's a true perspective. Let's go deeper. Meanwhile, here in America, those same groups make nearly 2 times as much in income, have key positions of industry and logistics, and per person have more agency than the ADOS social complex. This also is true. I mean, one of the pundits who jumped ship talked about, y'all remember the TV, I mean, we got the Kardashians. If anybody doesn't understand the complexity of the situation and the conversation and the duality, we got the Kardashians. The largest number of those individuals is in LA. We got the Shaw and Persian, the Persians of LA. It's a whole genre. It's a genre. It's a genre. It's a whole genre. So this is not no conjecture. This is a reality. It's a genre. We have the Kardashian billionaires, and then they date from the sector in which we are in question. This is very complex. It's not just one way to look at things. There's many complexities and perspectives. Today's complex perspective, without negating the properties that the nameless protagonist just brought up, is the perspective of the American Negro, which is a graduated perspective, right? Because as the American Negro, I do see the relevance of America on the chessboard. Some people has referred to the 12-day war as 4D chess. So if we are playing 4D chess, while these truths are somewhat, what did he say in that speech? While these truths are somewhat, I am speaking from a unique perspective of the American Negro in this 4D chess game. That will continue. That does continue with the lack of understanding. With the understanding that I provide is a better perspective for the individuals in question. No doubt. No doubt. And there is no doubt that the individuals in question benefit from the global presence of the Americas that exist today. Some individuals go so far as to say, well, if it wasn't for this historical event, then these individuals wouldn't be in this position today. They could be over there booty scratching. I'm not going that far. What I am saying from the current perspective that we all hold today as Americans, because everybody in the chat is not American, because YouTube is a global platform. But what I did want everybody on the chat and everybody viewing to understand is from a global and a geopolitical understanding of the position of America in the globe. Of the position of America, when Trump talks about who built the Panama Canal, who needs the police and benefit the most from the Panama Canal, you need to understand why. Because a lot of people on the other side will say Trump is being a bully. Trump is being a bully. They don't have a geopolitical understanding of what America's role is in the seas, in the oceans, in the Pacific. The role of the aircraft carrier. See, when people got scared in the last several days, they were scared about inflation and gas prices. Why? Because they do not understand geopolitically the role of the American armed forces. That is an absolute fact. They don't understand why we have such global trade. And this is the thing. How we made China a rich country. We need to understand it wasn't just the fact that we gave. Y'all understand the complexity and math behind China? It wasn't just that we made a deal with China that they would produce our goods, but we had to guarantee that we would protect the timely shipping of those goods. So we said to China, we're not going to do the production of goods anymore because we've elevated to this level as a world superpower. You are not at that level, so we're going to task you to produce our goods. As a global empire, instead of producing, we're going to do protection. I told you here on this channel, what does America do? We don't make anything. What do? We make war. What is our major export? bullets. What does America doesn't make anything anymore? We farmed out all of production. And what we said was, we will guarantee your protection like the mafia. It's like the fucking Teamsters. Like the mafia, we get paid a percentage for protection. You make this, you make that, and we protect the ports. We protect the throughways and the throughways. That is what America has done. That is the American empire that you know. That is what Trump reminded the globe of today. That's what I'm talking about. My partner said something very, very informational today and very educational. But what I want my audience to understand is who America is. When you hear these things and people say this and that about China, understand that we made China. Not just in the tariffs, not just in production, but in the fact that we protected the monies. We made China. Did y'all get that part? A lot of this is not talked about. We made China not just because we gave them our manufacturing, but because we told China that we would protect your shipping. China, you get protection by our aircraft carriers. Our nuclear submarines, you're able to ship all these cheap goods around the world cheaply and effectively because no one is going to mess with you because that's our job. That's the big bad wolf job. I think a lot of people forgot that. Shout out to Donald Trump. Hey, what you got to say? USA, hey, what you got to say? USA, I mean, come on, man. Shout out to Donald Trump, man. Shout out to Donald Trump. Double tap and hit the like button. Shout out to Donald Trump. Somebody said England is better. Well, England is about to find out. You about to find out how good England is after today's meeting. You about to find out what your worth is. Huh? Talking all that mess in the chat. You know Trump don't play no games. What you should have learned from the past 12 days, the jokes is over. All the comedians who said the wrong thing, ha, bye. I make you go, bye, huh? All the jokes is over. Everybody in the trolling in the chat, all the jokes is over. Trump is not playing the finger. You know that song, I got my finger on the trigger and I'm ready to pull it. I got my finger on the trigger and I'm ready to pull it. I'm 17 with a bullet. Come on, chat. Don't play with us out there. Trump ain't playing. I'm 17 with a bullet. I got my finger on the trigger and I'm ready to pull it. Hey, Trump ain't playing. He told the whole world he not playing, man. I got my finger on the trigger and I'm ready to pull it. Nameless said, logistics makes global industry possible. And without industry and logistics, commercial business and commodification, by the way, first world consumerism is unscalable. I'm a logistics by trade, project manager and logistics by trade. That's exactly what I'm speaking to. Shipping and logistics. You know what, I was talking about this subject the other day, and I was thinking about the Nameless to you. Me and my wife was watching The Godfather, and I was comparing Michael Corleone to Donald Trump. And this is where I got the bad guy analogy. Because everybody loved Michael Corleone until Michael had to make the bad decision. A lot of people gonna come down on either side on whether Michael should have killed Fredo or should not have killed Fredo. Fredo was Michael's brother. Frank Pantangeli had to take his life. So, as I thought about Michael Corleone and The Godfather, how esteemed Michael is, and, you know, everybody loves Michael Corleone. But what part of Michael Corleone do you love? You love The Godfather 1, you love what do you love when The Godfather had to be the bad guy? When we talk about shipping and logistics, you got to talk about The Godfather, you got to talk about Kennedy, you got to talk about Hoffa, you got to talk about the Teamsters. And when I make the analogy of America being like the mafia and going into protection, I don't make that analogy lightly. And I know my brother Nameless understands that. When I made the analogy of America being like the mafia and going into the protection rackets, I did not make that analogy lightly. A lot of people may have missed that, but I'm speaking about Michael Corleone. I'm speaking about the Godfather. I am speaking about shipping and logistics. I'm speaking about Ginkgo olive oil. I'm speaking about the Cuban Missile Crisis. And over the weekend, I heard somebody refer to what took place as Trump's version of the Cuban Missile Crisis. So a lot of us, I call it political theater. Now, is it a coincidence that the Godfather saga had been released to Paramount Plus as this is going on? Because I'm not the only one who drew these conclusions. I had to explain to my wife, who was Sicilian, that this is not just the movie. When you see Michael Corleone and you see Hyman Roth, in Cuba, and they have a plan to put hotels, like today, there's a plan to put hotels somewhere. We're not going to say the name. Well, I'm not going to say the name. You can say the name in the chat. But just like in the movie The Godfather, when Michael Corleone and Hyman Roth, they had billion-dollar investments in Cuba to put casinos and waterfront property in Cuba. And then there was I'm not going to say who overthrew the government, but if you recall Michael looking at the people and saying to Hyman Roth, you misunderstood the people. You misunderstood this country. Woo! 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 Go watch Godfather 1, 2, and 3 right now. See what you can extrapolate from the movie and understand it's not just the movie. Also coinciding with The Godfather is the episodic show called The Author that talks about how the mafia took over the movie because how relevant or irrelevant the movie was and how relevant the movie became to American history. Because America went into the protection racket. America stopped making, my grandfather, the radio he bought was made in America. The car he bought was made in America. The TV he bought was made in America. And my grandfather would never buy a TV that was made in China. They had to change a whole generation to get Americans to buy goods that was not made in America. And finally, they forced us to buy goods from China because nothing was made in America. And no one ever asked, when we stopped making goods, what did we make? When we stopped making goods, what did we make? Because we need to make money as a country. You have to do something, right? You got to ship it. We're talking about logistics. So as a country, what are you doing? What are you shipping? What are you importing? What if you don't make goods, America, anymore, what is your export? How do you profit? Did anybody ever wonder? Michael Corleone. Let's go to my brother Nameless. He said, PTP fam, people don't understand systems, and if they do, they hyper-identify them with part of the system that are immediately adjacent to them as it relates to liability to most people by design. That's why people don't correlate logistics industry in direct correlation to military force and projection. The U.S. Navy is why America can do what it does, not its army. Aircraft carriers. One day on my podcast, this might be an unpopular thing. One day, shout out to Nameless Protagonist. Shout out to Corey. Corey said foolishness. Jessica Love said, you're right. Tong said Goblet of Truth by Billy L. Okay. Tong is going in. Look that up. Love and support President Trump from Big D. Zion 95. America needs the world just as much as the world needs America. I don't disagree with that. I agree with you also. We need each other. That's the way it is. It's an agreement. We made an agreement with the globe. We made agreement. We've been friends with China. I said we created China. How could we be mad at China? How could people think that we are mad at China or dislike China? We made China. That's why I talk about the globalists who want to make you angry to justify whatever their agenda is. How could you say America hates China or Trump hates China because of tariffs? We made China. Not only did we give them our production in a deal, we made a deal. The Clintons, they made a deal. Well, I talked about it before. Somebody put in the chat, what's the name of the deal that the Clintons made? I can't think of it. It escapes me right now. Where all the jobs went to China. But it was a deal we made with China. It was a relationship. It was a mutual beneficial relationship. Yes, America needs the world as much as the world needs America. This was a mutual beneficial relationship between China. What was the name of the act that I was told in college 20 years ago that they were moving to a service economy? You don't know nothing about nothing. Wow. What was Clinton? What was the name of the Clinton Act that sent all the jobs to China? This was an agreement. So China did our production, and then we did the protection. You produced the cheap goods at cheap labor. Now, what we should be arguing about, was that right? Was that slavery? But China turned it into a good thing. It's like a lot of things that happen with a lot of people who are disadvantaged in business. In the beginning, you get ripped off. But China took advantage of the deal. A lot of what we could argue is whether or not it was a fair deal. Did China get fair compensation? Because we were paying pennies on the dollar. To this day, people were jumping out the window at the iPhone factory. They had to put nets outside of the factories because life and quality of life in China was so bad. They worked at the factory so long, people was jumping out the window. Y'all remember that? So despite everything they went through, they turned a negative into a positive. I agree, man. This is not I don't bash. We're not bashing China here. We're big upping America and we big up in Trump. I agree with you. I don't have anything negative to say about any other country in the world. That's not what this is about. I'm educating Americans on these realities about what America started to produce after we did not produce TVs, cars, boats, planes, and trains. We started to produce protection. We said we will protect you. You build cheap goods, pennies on the dollar, and then we make sure they get to wherever you want to ship them to quickly. That way you're able to make money. So the way you make money, you have to make a lot. China made a lot. This is why we have so much garbage. Because how do you make money if it's only pennies on the dollar? So what happened to the goods? The goods went down in quality. Your headphones became disposable. Nothing was disposable for your grandfather. The headphones were huge. You know, walking down the street in the 70s with big old steel headphones with an antenna they last. You can give your son those headphones. Now, your headphones are disposable because in order for China to make money, they need to sell you headphones, different color. We got white, we got yellow, we got earbuds, we got iBuds, we got it on your phone, we got it on your glasses. You can listen. Well, why didn't you just make it? Remember that Boondocks episode where rest in peace to Pops. There was a Boondock episode where he goes into Apple and say, I want this, this, and this in one device in the Genius Bar. We can't do that, but guess what they have now? They have you guys don't even know what it is, but it was an iPod shuffle. A lot of you don't, you don't even know what an iPod is. It's an iPod shuffle. You listen to your music, it was like a Walkman. You don't know what a Walkman is, but anyway, oh man, it was an iPod. You had the iPhone, but they weren't together. And then you had the laptop, but they weren't together. And then Pop goes into the Genius Bar and said, I'm tired of all of this shit. Can you just put it all in one device? And they could have done it all along, but they need to make money on the multitude of products. Let me go back to my brother Nameless said, logistics makes global industry possible. And without industry and logistics, commercial business, commodity. Okay, what else did he say? I thought he said, oh, here we go. If you stop looking at America as a place to live and more like a place to do business, you will be that much closer to understanding what's going on. Wow, that's pretty deep. And Zion 95 said, wasn't it like 10 minutes ago you was dogging on the UK? What I said about the UK is about Trump today is going to The Hague to talk to NATO about some global realities. And in the game of 4D chess, what better time to have this talk with our so-called allies after they have proven not to be allies, not just in a physical sense, but in a financial and a monetary sense. This ain't no joke for somebody in the chat to sound intelligent. These are real facts that are happening today. The 12-day war just happened. What better? And this is from the person who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal. Pay attention in class. Take notes if you have to. The art of the deal is about leverage, baby. And what better time to have a discussion with NATO, our so-called allies, than we possess the most leverage, baby. This ain't about you sounding smart in the chat. This is about real geopolitical ramifications to the actions that he took. The art of the deal, leverage. NATO supposedly our allies. They weren't there physically in the last 12 days. And they haven't been there monetarily in the past 12 years. We ain't going for it no more. Double tap and hit the like button. That's what today is about. Today is about proximity to power. Remember when I told you Elon Musk would be ejected? I said because Elon Musk is too close to Trump, and we want JD Vance. We want what I saw the other day. JD Vance, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth behind the 70-year-old man. You know what you saw behind that? It's just like watching OKC win the championship, and they had them boys sitting down, and the rest of you got the headliners and the next up. You got the next up. Trump is 70. He can't run for president again. But who did you see behind Trump? You saw the next up. You saw the champions of the, we are the champions, my friend. And we will defend it to the end. We are the champions. No time for losers, cause we are the champions of the world. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. Hit the like button, man. Double tap the screen, hit the like button. We are the champions. No time for losers, cause we are the champion. That's how Trump is walking into that NATO meeting. Trump is walking into that NATO meeting. You see, you know how, remember last time Trump was president and they were taking pictures at NATO? Trump pushed everybody out the way. That's what be playing in the back of his head. We are the champion. We are the champion. Get out. I'm taking a picture. Trump standing in front of everybody. Pushed them up. Pushed him out the way. No time for losers. What? That's what we talking about today. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, Zion. Zion, you can't be mad at me, man. It's a podcast. We got to entertain. I got to give my facts, perspectives, share other perspectives, and we got to entertain. It has to be entertaining, man. You know what I'm saying? Me and my son, we was watching Chicken Little. We doing Little League, and we watched Chicken Little last night. And me and my son, he 8 years old, we both watching Chicken Little, and we both in the living room. We are the champions. Me, my son, and Chicken Little. No time for losers, cause we Chicken Little of the world. Hey, yeah, man. Come on, man. Y'all know y'all love that shit, man. Shout out to Chicken Little. Shout out to Queen. Come on, man. Come on. 12 days, man. So you saw Trump. You saw his lineup. Just like shout out to OKC. Congratulations to OKC for winning the championship. You saw Trump. Trump's 70 years old. Trump can't run for president again. But what did we learn? Because this is important, bro. We having a good time, but this is important, bro. So I was telling you about Elon Musk and the proximity to power, and why on this channel we predicted that Elon Musk would have to go. I said Elon Musk would have to go because the proximity of power. And I talked to my audience about the proximity of power. I said Elon Musk is too close. He got the Tesla out there. We don't want Elon. I love Elon Musk. Thank you, SpaceX rescue. But that wasn't my point. The point was we need the right people adjacent to the president because we need the next lineup for the next championship. Yeah, we won this championship, but we need to be preparing for the next game. So what you saw was the lineup, baby. You saw the lineup, baby. When you see Trump standing there proudly victorious, and you see J.D. Vance flanking him, and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth after all the conjecture, you seeing the champions and the next up. And like I said at the beginning of the podcast, you need to pay attention to who was not there. Not just who was there, but who was not there. 12 days. How many people in the cabinet? How many people behind him? What did we learn in these 12 days? What did Europe? Somebody in the chat was caping for Europe. But what did Europe learn? What did the globe learn as we go into our meeting in Hague and with the NATO, with leverage from the person who wrote the book, The Art of the Deal, to make a deal, to make a deal, to make a deal with NATO, boy. That's why we going to make a deal with leverage. And they ain't paid they share. They have not been allies. Physically, they have not been allies. Fucking monetarily, they have not paid their fair share, and they haven't paid their fair share historically. So now with leverage, we say to NATO, why NATO? Why NATO? What benefits us as you got Zelensky running around here still to this day talking cash shit about America and NATO? To this day, today Zelensky talking mess. So Trump is saying, why I gotta put up with Zelensky coming to the White House telling me how I'm gonna feel when Zelensky needs me? Why I need to put up with the UK and clowns in the chat telling me how we gonna feel okay? You don't know what we do as a country. You must not know, like Trump told Zelensky to the people caping for the UK in the chat. You must not know what we do as a country, but we showed you in the last 12 days. You-ha, hoorah, let's do the dance. Hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? Hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? What is you talking about caping? We ain't in the UK. The UK needs me. We ain't in the UK. How about that? The UK needs us. Huh? That's why we're having that discussion today. That's why I'm doing the podcast today, to educate the audience about why we're having a discussion, because it's called the art of the deal. It's called leverage. And yes, political theater. Hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? Zion said, now we know, but you have to remember that America is a powerhouse. Yes, but if you burn your bridges, you will be against the world, and the odds of that win is staggering low. Remember Vietnam. I think for people with that perspective, with due respect, I think you want I think it's like people who dislike LeBron James or Michael Jordan. LeBron James is so good. You need him to be bad to justify your existence. Michael Jordan is so good. You need him to be flawed in some way to justify your existence. Sadly, from my perspective, America is Michael Jordan. I from your perspective, I respect how it must feel that every time there's a game, you have to play against Michael Jordan. Doesn't seem fair, right? That's what you're trying to say to us as Americans. We should feel bad that we have Michael Jordan and LeBron James. I can't feel bad that we have Michael Jordan and LeBron James on our team. That's just the fact. I'm telling you that a lot of people are uneducated about the fact that we have Michael Jordan and LeBron James. The past 12 days, Trump reminded the world, hey, we are Michael Jordan. We are the Michael Jordan of this shit. We've been relaxed for people saying that you have to get along with the rest of the world. We're not running around with our basketball, taking the ball, and our country is broken in many ways. Other people have gotten fat. Back to the Godfather. Back to the Godfather. A lot of people got fat while we were doing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying, Paulie, you know, Godfather, you need to share your politicians and share your influence. You know, while you were away, a lot of people got fat, and some of us did not get the benefit from the fruits of the labor of family, familia. A lot of people got fat. That's all America. It is so funny that people are mad at us for having the conversations, political theater as the Godfather. We're just saying to you, we're just saying Lucchese, we're just saying to you, you know, Bonaducci, a lot of people got fat, you know. A lot of people got fat. China, billionaire country, Russia. Tucker Carlson talked about how beautiful Moscow is. Huh? How beautiful. Did you see the Olympics in China? A lot of people got fat, bro. You've been to Tehran, it's nice. Tehran is nice. Hello, is this thing on? A lot of people got fat, bro. Thank you. That's why we voted for Trump. Thank you, Trump. Trump is the art of the deal, bro. Leverage. It's the Godfather. He's sitting back. He's sitting back with his finger on the trigger. And he's saying to the world, a lot of people got fat. It's the King of New York. It's the King of New York. A lot of people got fat while I was away. Barbara Ray said, say hi. Ivan Curry said, shoes still on top. You know what I'm saying? Who's that? Michael Jordan would make a better president. You know, that was the King of New York. A lot of people got fat while I was away. Trump wasn't president for 4 years. Biden was in there. And guess what happened when Biden was president? A lot of people got fat. Come on, man. Let's be honest. We saw it. You voted for Trump too. You saw it. Biden's son, he made videos of his lavish lifestyle. A lot of people got fat. You didn't. Your minimum wage is still $7. The federal minimum wage didn't go up. They didn't make no laws. They made you mad at abortion. You know how long they had power? You know how long they had the White House? Anything that Donald Trump does in 100 days, you know how long they had the White House? They could have made it a law. They could have been made it a federal law. They didn't. They don't care. A lot of people got fat. But you didn't. You lost value in your home. You pay more for gas. You pay more for food. But why do the Democrats used to care about that? The liberal Democrats want you to care about the quality of life of someone across the ocean. I'm not heartless. I don't want anyone to have a poor quality of life. But my quality of life is paramount. I'm not heartless. I don't want my quality of life to be predicated on someone else's quality of life being poor. I don't want that either. But I'm not generally concerned. And you need to look at the individuals who want you to be over concerned with the wrong person's quality of life. You have not. They have gotten fat. They admitted, China admits it, that we took the money and we raised a generation of people out of poverty. If you listen to China, Perfect Timing Podcast said, Mrs. Perfect Timing Podcast said, say hi. If you listen to China, they said we used the money to raise a generation of people out of poverty. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. It's truth in it. That's the great thing about entertainment. We used the money in the agreement with America. Was it NAFTA? It was NAFTA, right? It was NAFTA, right? They said they used the money to lift a generation of people out of poverty. All Trump, the king of New York, all Trump is saying no more kings. All Trump is saying, hey, well, while I was away, a lot of people got fed. You're going to have to pay your fair share. Didn't the king of New York do that? Did the king of New York do that? That's what Trump is doing in The Hague today. That's what Trump is doing in The Hague today. Didn't the king of New York do that? Didn't the king of New York do that? The king of New York said, while I was away, a lot of people got fat, and you guys got to pay your fair share. In order to get people to pay their fair share, he had to remind them why I am king. He had to remind, the king of New York is about him reminding everyone why I am king and why you should pay homage to the king. Like, share, and subscribe. Mrs. Perfect Timing said, North American Free Trade Agreement. Luke said, how much do you weigh? Hey. How much do you weigh? Hollywood. Hey. How much do you weigh? Come on, Luke. You can do better than that. What else we got? Zion said, think so, yeah. What else? Zion, you wrote a paragraph. I missed it. Max said, hi. Luke said, Americans have poor diet, lack of exercise equals obesity. Ooh, that was good. That was better. That was better. Okay, so that was better. Okay. Wow, that was better. Zion said, and if they don't stand on their own business, then they will have to stand with China and Russia and Korea. Phil, yeah, I agree. And what else? Ivan Curry said Jordan 1 sells right now, 2025. Exactly. We are Michael Jordan. I mean, I can understand them from that perspective. If you're the other team, it's like the Globetrotters. The Globetrotters used to have to pay the same team. I could imagine what it was like playing the Globetrotters and knowing that you were never going to win. Remember the Generals? The Generals had to play the Globetrotters. It had to be tough, right? America is the Globetrotters. That's why the Globetrotters wear red, white, and blue. Debbie said, fair share. How much do the poor pay for their share? Everybody is responsible for themselves, not others. It's not a perfect system, Debbie. It's not a perfect system, Debbie. Don't come in here with that bullshit at the end of the podcast. Save the world, Debbie. Don't come in here with that bullshit at the end of the podcast. Don't come in here with that bullshit at the end. You better hit the like button too. Come in here with that Captain Save him at the end of the podcast. Take your cape off, Debbie. Go sit your ass down. Eric said, I know what you mean, but people are gonna take it the wrong because of how you word it. But you're right. Eric said they're gonna take it wrong about how it's a podcast, mother. I'm not a politician, right? I'm a podcaster. This is entertainment where you entertain Eric. Hit the like button and subscribe. I'm entertaining you again. And then you package the information I gave you in a more political, digestible way for your cronies. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't have to be entertaining, right? And comedic, right? You go take this information that I've given to you in a very comedic nature that happens to be very serious, and you prepackage it. You know what I'm saying? And you go sound so intelligent to your cronies, and you tell them everything you learned from the Perfect Time podcast. Matter of fact, you just pull out your phone. You pull out your phone and you show them this and you say subscribe. You take them to YouTube. You take them to the Perfect Time podcast website and you say hit the like. You hit the like, share, and you hit the notification bell, and then you get to join the conversation just like I did, and you get to hear that wonderful commentary from that beautiful, gorgeous mahogany man named Perfect Time podcast. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Andrew wrote a lot. Corruption is designed to weaken from within, but when you find power from within, its choices. Listen and choose right. Shut show kung fu nature ass up. You Shaolin monkey. What is you talking about? You should have started off by saying, Confucius say, let's do it again. Hold on, AJ. Confucius say corruption is designed to weaken you from within, but when you find a power from within, it is choices. Listen and choose right. Confucius. You splinter mutinize rat, little man. You splinter mutinize rat coming in at the end of the podcast with your felonious kung fu generation kingdom ass. He said, baby, cuz listen. This guy went all out, Kamala. Oh man, for real though, man. I love it too. I love it. At the end of the podcast, we got a whole bunch of Michael Farrakhan's. AJ, Eric. I'm sorry, not Erica. I didn't mean to do that to you, Eric. I didn't mean to do that to you. Nah, man. How much in donations to pour and bag throughout the wall? Come on, man. You could see through wall. You can see through walls with their glasses. No, hey, Ray, come on. These are stylish. You look at this. This is a color. When you look up colors for 2025, this is one of the colors for 2025. And like one of your favorite combinations is beef and broccoli. You're looking at the living, I embody the living essence of beef and broccoli. This is beef and broccoli in voice. This is... I don't have 100 likes. I don't get 100 likes. I'm trying to get 100 likes. I don't have 100 likes. This is beef and broccoli. He said, fair enough, mate. Beef and broccoli voice is crazy. It's beef and broccoli. It's not beef and broccoli. Who don't like beef and broccoli? Be honest, man. Panda Express is gas. Panda Express go crazy. Come on now. Who don't like Panda? Especially when they make it fresh. Are you the type of person that wait for them to make it fresh? You ask them to make it. They make it, so they always making new shit. Do you need them to have it fresh? That shit be hot though. And you the type of, and it go around on that plastic. Are you the type of person that wait for Panda Express to make it fresh beef and broccoli, and you want it hot? Let's see. Hey man, and make a steak sandwich for lunch. Should I use sourdough? Woo! Oh, depends, man. You know, it's 2025, man. Nobody knows when the nose goes when the door closed, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knows when the nose goes when the door closed. So whatever you like doing, those are slim holes with thick holes. You know, who knows where it goes. Wow. Okay. So there you go. Paul said, clowning, sink or swim, drowning, ain't no justice. Paint a picture of my list includes a Duchess. I don't know that verse. Is that you wrote that, or remind me who said that? Because I love hip hop. You could probably embarrass me for not remember that. I like you, the person, but your politics are garbage. Jessica Love. Well, I like your name, Jessica Love, It sounds like a porn star, and I like porn stars. Just love. Who's your favorite porn star? You could tell me. Are you with the BBC? Do you like the BBC or you like the BWC? I'm not particular. I'm not a C fan. Pause. But I was just wondering if you are. Thank you. Zion said, yeah, Valid Panda is actually goated. Open source agriculture. Is this what it looks like when Steve Urkel take a video selfie? So Urkel or beef and broccoli, pick one, man. What the hell? Mrs. Perfect Time said, what the hell? What the hell, Byron? What the beef and broccoli? Okay, earn the sub. I don't necessarily agree with your politics, but at least your rage bait is funny. Wow. Jessica Love said, I'm a teacher. Luke, a teacher. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Woo! And then Winston Churchill the Greater said, big up Trump. Everybody could get behind that in this chat. Big up Trump. So salute to everybody. Who's that? AJ came back and said, private lesson. She said, I'm a teacher. The chat ate her up. Teacher, I love. You gotta say it in the Cartman voice. You gotta say it in the Cartman voice. A teacher, I love. Yo, shit. He said private lessons. Oh, that's Butters. Butters came up. Butters is the type of dude that, you know what I'm saying, sneak up later on. Hey, that's why hoes be with it, because it's always a Butters. There's always a Butters that'll sneak up like, hey, some private lessons. Will you give me private lessons? I want some private lessons. Will you give me private lessons? I want private lessons. Extra credit, that's what I'm saying. I need some extra credit, man. What's that song, man? A teacher song. Was it Usher? I can't think of it right now. But yeah, man, you could give me extra credit, man. What do I do for extra credit, man? You know what I'm saying? Who don't like the teacher fantasy? What's another good fantasy? I was thinking about this. You know what dated me was the tennis skirt. I was thinking about the tennis skirt this weekend. And I was like, man, the tennis skirts. Everybody liked the sundress. But man, I miss the tennis skirts, man. Look at that girl in that tennis skirt. Make you want to go to work. Look at that girl. Oh, man, the tennis skirts, man. Somebody bring that back, because they always bring it back stuff. You know what I'm saying? The summer dresses is already out. The girls, like, I think the summer dress is just lazy. The summer dress is for lazy women who don't want to put on a whole outfit. They don't even put on drawers. So the summer dress, they be getting away with murder, man. So you don't gotta comb your hair. You ain't gotta put on no bra, no panties, no shirt, no socks, no nothing. They don't gotta put on nothing with a summer dress. Think about that. They get away with murder. And men be like, oh, summer dress. But she didn't got away with murder. I didn't have to do everything. I had to wear these goofy ass glasses. I had to braid my hair. I had to shave my face. I gotta brush my teeth. I gotta put on deodorant. I gotta take a shower. I gotta wash my ass. All of that. I gotta put on a nice chain. I gotta put on a nice shirt. I gotta put on a nice pair of pants. I gotta put on nice underwear, because she gonna look at my underwear. I gotta put on clean socks, because if I take off my shoes, she gonna look at my socks. I gotta put on clean shoes, because they always look at your shoes. So I have to do all of this, and her monkey ass get to wear a sundress. That's it. And she don't even put on no drawers, and she don't put on no socks, and she wear flip-flop sandals with the sundress. And we praise her. We praise her for the sundress. No more. Not anymore. I don't want it anymore. No, you got to do more for me. Fuck the sundress. We don't want no more sundresses. We want more effort. I like panties. I like a bra. It's fun to take the bra off. It's fun to take the panties off. We like bra and panties. We like pants. We like skirts. It's fun to take the pants, pull your pants down. We like all of those things. We do. We like socks. We do. We like socks. We would like to take the socks off. Clean feet, clean socks, and not black on the bottom feet. We don't want no more black on the bottom Apache Junction feet. Take your Apache Junction, Cleveland, Ohio, Black Bottom, Jurassic Park bottoms out of my bedroom. I would like clean feet and clean socks. How about that? Yeah, yeah, yeah. How about that? Yeah, clean feet, clean socks, clean ass. How about you shave your cooch? How about you do that? Take a little, they got Manscaped. You can shave in the shower. Everybody, the men, we have to scape. How about you shave your cooch? How about you do a little hoochie coochie, a little snippety whippity, a little hoochie coochie doochie, and then put on some clean panties and soap. Soap is good, not just water. Soap, yes, soap. We like clean and soap. Soap and panties. Soap, clean, and panties. We want it all. Yes. Take down, and I don't want, what did the girl say? Recently, some girl said her sit-down air was not appealing. Well, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want any sit-down air. What is that? I don't want it. What is sit-down air? Her sit-down air, it sounds like her derriere. Her derriere needs some soap in there. That's what that is. It's not her sit-down air. It's her derriere. Her derriere needs soap in there. That is what we want. We want soapy derrieres, not unintelligible sit-down air. How about a soapy derriere? And you know how you keep a soapy derriere nice and airy? Clean panties. Put on clean panties. Don't walk around butt naked in the sun with a sundress with your dirty foots and your dirty butts and think we're supposed to congratulate you on your funky bottom sundress. No, I don't want it anymore. No. No. Can we get some likes? Can we get some likes? AJ said she got on DDs and rainbow outfits exactly. On the bottom, calluses on the bottom of her feet is sick. Dana said that's just mad. Hit the like. We need 100 likes. Double tap. Hit the like. We need 100 likes, man. Send us into the stratosphere. Send us into the algorithm, man. We need 100 likes. It's nasty work out here. It's not. Don't let them get away with it, man. They're going to be out. And they're going to make videos. They're going to make TikToks. I'm in my sundress today. Somebody put in the comments, did you wash your ass today? Do you have on clean panties? Are you trying to get away with not doing the laundry? For all the young men, the sundress is the sign of someone who hasn't done their laundry. Oh, shit. The sundress is a sign of someone who has not done their laundry. Long yellow toenails are nasty. Yellow toenails go with the sundress. Oh, you gonna have your toenails done, but your bottom of your feet look like asphalt on Highway 80 on a holiday weekend. She is walking on the streets, literally. When we say she for the streets, we're talking about the bottom of her feet. She's for the street. Oh, shit. Slick Nick's fashion. I said, you're weird, bro. You're weird. Slick Nick likes sundresses. He just told on himself. He came in here to defend them funky butts. He said, salute to the Apache Junction, Black Bottom Foot, Apache Junction, Navajo. Navajo. You hear what I said? I called them Navajo. Not Navajo. Not Navajo. Apache Junction, Blackfoot, Navajo. Oh, shit. You can't make this shit up. You make this shit up. Not Navajo. Apache Junction, Blackfooted Navajo. I used to work in retail. I'm seeing and smelled it all. Winded hygiene, far behind looks. I have no idea. But y'all playing with me on the likes. I got some things to do. I got to go walk the dog. I haven't ate anything this morning. Somebody was talking about a steak sandwich. I was actually thinking about a steak sandwich for dinner. On the Blackstone, I'm going to put this video up. Let me know in the comments if you want me to film me cooking the steaks, Philly cheesesteak on the Blackstone, because I'm going to be doing the Blackstone this afternoon. I never really filmed. I don't know if I filmed myself on the Blackstone, but I'm doing a Philly cheesesteak on the Blackstone. So let me know in the comments when I load this video up. Everybody, so a couple people subscribe. Thank you for my new subscribers. Thank you for the new subscriber, AJ, Zion, Slick Nick, Dana. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for all the new subscribers, you guys. Thank you for supporting every morning, Top of the Mid-Morning podcast from an OG perspective. What this is, geopolitics from an OG. Geopolitics from an OG perspective. That's what it is. Thank you for tuning in. If you down with that, if you function with that, tap in, man. If you listen long enough, you understand that I'm not just some idiot just spouting just anything. So, but it really is an OG perspective. In 2022-5, what I realized is it's been a long time we had the terminology OG. And we really don't have any OGs giving this type of political commentary. A lot of the OGs is preoccupied with relationships and women and sex and money. And nobody giving people really, in this time though, this time is so important to be politically savvy. And I think that's why I've been called on to give these political commentaries, because it's so important for individuals to have just a little bit of knowledge behind their thought process when it comes to these very, very important topics. So it's geopolitics from an OG perspective, right? And everything that come along with that. That's the comedian, that's the background, the jury, that's the OG. And then you get the true perspective from my age. You know, you get the benefit of the wisdom of my age and being knowledgeable about politics for a long time. And then also with the age, you get you get to hear someone who actually takes in other perspectives and respects people who disagree. And I actually understand that you benefit from other perspectives and people disagreeing with you in the chat. That makes you more informed. That makes you better as a person. And your ability to do so is how a lot of people judge you. Your ability to take in other forms of perspective is how a lot of people with intelligence and judge you. So I appreciate the people, even though a lot of times they don't get it, I do appreciate individuals who don't agree with the subject matter. And today I got someone who subscribed who may not believe in my political point perspective, but enjoyed the show. That way, when they come to enjoy the show, they can give something. I consider myself counter narrative. And then when someone gives something counter what I'm presenting, now we cooking with gas. Now we having a good, round, rompous, intelligent forum, because I consider myself to be counter narrative. And then someone comes counter to my point of view. Now we have different points of view. This is how government and leadership is supposed to work. When you talk about cabinets, when you talk about, boardrooms and chairmen and these things, these are collaborative voices. If I'm a CEO, I don't want everyone to have the same voice. I said this earlier. I do want contention. I do want people to disagree with me on the board. That way, as a company, we move forward. We move into the future. We're not moving backwards, because I can't have the only perspective and point of view if the company is going into the future, which is why you have a board of directors in successful form. You have a cabinet of supervisors to the president, a board of directors to make the decision, a cabinet. That's why today's conversation was so important, because in that type of atmosphere, it's important who is loyal, because I need to know who I can listen to and who's truly here for the success in the future of the company and who's here for their own personal gain. That's what we saw in these past 12 days. It was very sad to watch. I'll be honest. It would, because some people that we loved and believed in showed their true colors. But that's what true leadership does. And I know it's going to be very hard for some people who lead with their emotions first. It's going to be very hard for some people who lead with their emotions first, because these people did genuinely let you down. And sometimes in life, and I know this is difficult for this young generation because they took out the bad guy. See, a lot of this is because this Disney-esque generation, the way you were raised, they took out the bad guy. And you don't learn the parable of the grasshopper and what was it? And the frog, and going across, and they said, well, why did you sting me? And it says, I am a scorpion. The scorpion and the frog. You don't learn the parables. They take out the scorpion. They take out the bad guy. And you don't understand the role of the bad guy. I'm sorry they did that to your generation. They soften and cushion your upbringing so much. You do not understand the emperor. And you don't understand Darth Vader and Palpatine. You don't understand when we discuss, is the emperor a bad guy? You don't understand when we start to look at the Jedi, and the Jedi start to look a lot like some of the people who we think are the good guys today. And the Jedi start to look like, well, hold on. I thought the Jedi were the good guys. I thought the Jedi were the good guys. See, they perverted your reality, and you don't have perspective. Luke Skywalker said, I'm going to shut all this shit down. I'm going to shut all this shit down because the Jedi are not the good guys. It become a religion. And people do evil things to keep the tradition of the religion alive, even go beyond the scope and practice of the religion. And they justify it in an effort because they say this thing is so important. That thing had become too important, and it distorted everybody's view on who the frick the good guy was. Why wasn't Luke Skywalker a Jedi anymore? Why did he stop being a Jedi? Why did he shut down the training? He recognized what the Jedi began producing. So much to extrapolate from that. He recognized what the fruit, you will be judged by your fruit. You will be judged by your fruit. He recognized what the Jedi, and that's, I'm not going to say the word because we can get in trouble, but you can extrapolate what you want to extrapolate. And you can look at what the Jedi or the people who believe in today's Jedi and what they produce. For everybody that say the Jedi need to exist, or you don't believe in the Jedi and you're anti-Jedi and you don't think the Jedi deserve their own nation and state. What is happening is people are looking at, okay, the Jedi is supposed to be the good guy, but they keep producing Darth Vaders, Kylo Ren, the Alkali. I don't think I want the Jedi anymore. Okay. Okay. That's all. I don't know if I want the Jedi anymore. This is what happened. The Democrats are supposed to be for the poor. But holy Somalians, look what they keep producing. I can't I don't know anymore. I just bad guy, good guy, bad guy. Yeah, John McCain. That's it. John McCain. That's it. John McCain. That's what it is. It's John McCain. Yeah. It's just a John McCain. Good guy. Woo, shit. Idiocracy. Hey, everybody drink the Mountain Dew. Everybody cup of Mountain Dew for you, Mountain Dew. How many flavors of Mountain Dew? This is the thing about the movie Idiocracy. We didn't realize when you're actually in the movie, there are 40 flavors of fucking Idiocracy. It's not Idiocracy. There are 40 flavors. For anybody who disagrees with its Idiocracy, there's 40 fucking flavors of Mountain Dew. We're in it, buddy. We're in it, buddy. Jump on in. The Mountain Dew's fine. Is Mountain Dew for you? Mountain Dew for the crops? Mountain Dew for the babies? Mountain Dew for the pregnant women? It's 40 flavors. Why do we need 40? Because we're going to put versions of Mountain Dew out for every freaking thing. There's going to be Mountain Dew pesticide, Mountain Dew fertilizer, Mountain Dew bananas. 40 flavors of Mountain Dew. And they would say to you, you're exaggerating. It's not Idiocracy. It's not any. But we have 40 flavors. Fucking Mountain Dew. What the fuck? We need 40 flavors of the same fucking drink. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. I apologize for the profanity. I got carried away. I did. I got carried away. 40 flavors of the same beverage. Let's not go into that before the end of the podcast. I don't want to make anyone upset. We're going to just leave that one right there. We're going to let it get stale like old dog doo-doo. We're not going to talk about it today. No. Stana said, what's water? Water. We don't want water. We need more Baja Blast. We need another version. 6 is not enough. We need more Baja Blast. We need more Baja. Hey, Steve. Yeah, what's up, Perfect? We're out of Baja Blast. Right? Come on down. Bring on some more of that Baja Yellow. Baja Yellow. And some of that Baja Red. Baja Red. You got any more of that Baja Purple? They love the Baja Purple. Baja Purple. Oh, shit. I did not create the 40 flavors. Don't get mad at me. I just live in this. I live in it with you. I'm just saying, for people who say we're over exaggerating, it's not Idiocracy, it's just a movie, please remind them, and they may not even know, and then tell them to Google it. How many fucking flavors of Mountain Dew are there? That's because people be liking to sound smart. When you say something that they want to jump in the conversation, it's like, it's not Idiocracy, it's not, then why do we have 40 flavors of the same soda? Can't taste that much different. It ain't that many days in a week. It ain't that many days in a month. It can't taste that different. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like insanity. That's what makes it Idiocracy. It can't taste that different, bro. You have to laugh with me. You got to laugh with me, bro. We're here. We're in Idiocracy. It can't taste that different. God damn. Oh, wow. I mean, there's almost as many flavors as there are gender. It's still June. Don't get me in trouble. It's still June. I am Mahogany. This is Beef and Broccoli coming in loud from the Jinping Chinese Palace. This is Beef and Broccoli. We cannot have that conversation. It's June. June ain't like February. You know what I'm saying? Black History got 28 days. June ain't like February. We can't have that talk today. No, we're going to stay on soda. We're going to stay on soda water. Soda. I got to go, y'all. I'm having too much fun. We got to like, share. No one donated. Is it because I didn't say donate? This channel is monetized. A lot of my viewers are older in age, you know, from the age 30 to 55. I did my analytics. Y'all got money. My viewers got some dough. 40, 50. Y'all get retirement. I got 60-year-olds watching me. Y'all got some dough. Hit the super chat. Donate to the show. Support the channel. I know you donate to your favorite YouTuber. Don't leave me out. 62. See? 62 years old. Y'all got money. Fixed income. I'm doing this for money. I'm doing this for money. Like, share, subscribe, and donate. Donate every day like you do to your favorite content creator, because all this shit is expensive. The phone, the everything. So hit the super chat. It's $sign on your phone. Hit that $sign and donate. Support the content creator. It's your funky, black-hearted, footed ass. Oh, shit. Y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all tomorrow. 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Old people have arthritis and stuff, so, you know, 10, 11, 12. Top of the mid-morning from an OG perspective. Go to the bank, get some money so you can donate. I'm not working. I'm a homemaker. I would love to support you, honey. Thank you so much. Because I like gilfs, and you look like a gilf. Anybody know what a MILF is? Anybody know what a gilf is? Yes, sir. Are you asking me? Or are you asking Dana? You asking me? Or you asking Dana? You asking me? Or you asking Dana? Because I'm gonna ask her the same thing. Oh shit! He said, "Do you have any guns? Do you have any guns, Dana?" Woo! That's what I was gonna say. He said, "Do you have any guns?" Who you asking me? I'm gonna ask her the same thing because I like big guns, baby. He said, "Do you have any guns?" Shit. Oh man. Well, donate, Rick. Donate, Rick, and don't tell me what to do. This is America. I'm capitalist. I will take from who I take, and YouTube don't got no rules. Thank God YouTube don't have the same rules that you do. YouTube and you do don't have the same rule, do. So now, who to you who? Ha. YouTube said anybody who want to donate could donate. And you are very gender biased right now, Rick. It's 2025. So you have some type of gender bias toward women and how they being monetarily empowered. Dana, I think Rick is trying to take away your power and your financial freedom. Who would agree? I think he's trying to take away your financial freedom. Somebody say he tripping. All right, y'all, salute. Thank y'all for the likes. Thank y'all for the show. Subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Prove I'm wrong. Donate. Thank you. Hit the donate button, Rick. No, she should spend her money better. Player hater. He came in just to hate. He came in and said, "You're a horrible wingman, Rick." Back, hold on. Let's put Rick on timeout. We're going to put Rick on timeout just for hating. Put user on timeout. You get 10 seconds on timeout, Rick. We're going to put you on timeout for 10 seconds for player hating. Don't be a player hater, Rick. Don't be a player hater. All right. Salute you guys. Y'all have a good one, man. No one see me commenting. We see you. We don't care. We see you. We see you. We see you. No, we don't care. Donate. We don't care. We see you. God. Start your own live stream. Everybody will see you, unknown. I will come. I will come. What did Kamala say? Don't come. Trump said, I'm coming. Oh, I'm coming.